So the title of my talk is Cultural Genocide, Legal Label or Mourning Metaphor. The use of the word cultural genocide by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission has given rise to a lot of discussion and also a lot of controversy. Is what happened to Canada's Indigenous people in the residential schools cultural genocide, or is it not? My question is, what is that debate all about? Is it because we're really concerned about specific legal definitions, or is it because the word genocide has a certain power, and that power comes from the legacy of the Holocaust, and we associate genocide with the ultimate crime, the greatest evil imaginable. So very often victims want to use the word genocide not necessarily in a legal sense, but in order to gain recognition of how deeply they've suffered. And I think that although there may be some legal merit to the definition of cultural genocide, the more important thing is to understand that this whole debate isn't about academic issues relating to the past, but it's about the future. It's about reconciliation. It's about recognizing the terrible harm that was done to thousands and thousands of Indigenous children that were forcibly abducted from their families, taken to schools where they were subject to humiliation and abuse. And those wounds explain the challenges which our Indigenous people are facing today. So I think we shouldn't be lost in this abstract debate about is this cultural genocide or is it not. We can debate it as a legal issue, but what's more important is simply to recognize that it is a cry for recognition of the terrible harm that was done. And without recognizing that, we cannot move forward from the terrible situation that we have today of poverty and violence and racism facing the Indigenous people of Canada to a future where we can not just talk about human rights, but realize it for all Canadian citizens.